How's it going, my fellow YouTubers, my friend? My fellow martial artists? You see, this is Master Ram Kerofsky. Trinity Tiger Room, my creative style. It's a video request. My martial arts journey revisited. Of course, there's bits and pieces of my martial arts journey on YouTube. I'm not going to talk about my martial arts journey. Revisit it. And I love sharing my knowledge and wisdom with you guys. So, as you know, when I was a kid, in like 1975-76 time frame, I was doing some gymnastics, and I was around 9 years old. And I come home from school. I'm at Garfield Elementary School, and I got the mail from my mom out of the mailbox, and there's 5 free lessons for the karate studio downtown. I'm like, yes, I want to do these 5 free lessons, you know. So I go in there, my mom's cleaning the floor. She's on her hands and knees, she's cleaning the floor, and I said, Mom, can I do these what karate lessons? These karate lessons right here. Just Mel Studio, downtown Moline. Quad City School of Judo and Karate. And there was 5 free lessons in either in judo or karate. And I'm like, I wanted to do the karate. So she was like, talk to your dad. And I believe it was a Friday. And my dad was going to get off a little late that day. He worked hard at Case IH. He was a tool and die maker. And we also ordered pizza that day. We were going to pick up the pizza. It was Frank's or Harris pizza. I believe it was actually Harris, because Harris is one of our favorites. And we were getting the pizza half sausage, half pepperoni with green pepper topping. And my dad comes in, and we talk about it. He's like, yes, I'm sure, you know. So I call up the number that's on the coupon. I'm just a little kid, you know, 10 years old going on 11. I call up this number that was on the coupon thing, and I'm like, Jess Mills picks up the phone. He answers the phone in his office. He goes, and I tell him, I want to do these 5 free lessons with the coupon. I'm like so excited, you know, and he goes, kind of like trying to tell me to slow down, and well, your parents there, and do you want to do judo or do you want to do karate? And my sister's like, well, because Cameron said that judo would be better for him, you know, karate with the Bears belt, you know. But I wanted to do karate. I was adamant on karate. It did become my journey, you know. Who would have known I would have made it this far to be a master. And so that next day, it was a Saturday, and we go down well, of course, we had the pizza, you know. My dad went to pick up the pizza, and we had the pizza, and we were all talking about it, and you know, we had the family time, but dinner was our family time because we had to eat. Next day I went down, signed up, and Jess Mills is sitting there, and I'm sitting there as best as I can, and he goes, I love this kid's posture and his attitude, and I think he's going to be a great at doing karate and doing the martial arts. And I mean, just that moment right then, I mean, just touched me. I mean, Jess Mills is just such a great man. He was born in 1940 and died in 2011. Um, I do the 5 period lessons in karate, and I think the following summer, my dad gets laid off. And there was also that rough winter, that 77, that really rough winter in 1977. I couldn't really do karate too much that year. Um, and then my dad, you know, got laid off for a while. I do remember that. And I remember that one of the summers we were doing stuff on the house and cleaning the gutters and the screens, and you know, the whole family, we always did all the chores pretty much together. That was just the way it was, you know. And it taught us discipline and respect. And so really it wasn't until 1979 when I actually officially became a member of the studio. And I just started going up in ranks, like from 81, they're going up in ranks. Because 81, I got my yellow belt, and then 84, 81 my yellow belt. Do you remember that? It was like a white belt with a yellow stripe on it, and then after that, of course, the full yellow belt, and then and then it was 84. I got my blue belt. I was actually a blue belt for a little while. I was training for my blue belt. I mean, for a little while, because I had trouble getting that one-two kata down. The one that I made into one-two tiger kata. I had trouble getting that kata down. And then, of course, I joined the United States Navy, and I did talk about the Navy in my life journey. In the Navy, I had to try to continue going up in ranks at the Jesse Mills studio. And so I did some. Jesse Mills is such a great guy. He would send me videos of him doing like different things, and I tried to watch it in the berthing on the ship the best I could without the shipmates trying to look over my shoulder and watch it with me. And I tried to watch it at night when some shipmates were asleep and not many were too up, you know, and try to, like, oh wow, get these moves down. And I would do like different forms up on the Tomahawk decks on the battleship New Jersey, and I mean, wow, it just it was just crazy, you know. But I did. I went up, and then of course, while I was in on the battleship in Long Beach, California, a couple of things. One, I joined Ed Parker's American Kempo School that was on Atlantic Avenue in Long Beach, California. Ed Parker was born in, well, he died. He was born in 1931 and died in 1990. But I trained in Kempo from 87 to 90. And you get kicked in the gut by Ed Parker to go for a black belt exam. That was just crazy. Oh man, that was just crazy. I trained under the instruction of well, he's now a Grandmaster, Ed Boos. And then I also trained in Hungar, hence the name my Tigeroo. I specialize in the tiger of the Hungar. Kung Fu. Under Master Lo Wong. Lo Wong was born in 1898. Now, get this, man, that was an old school master. I mean, he was already in his 80s when I met him, you know. I mean, this guy was just amazing. 1898, and he died in 1996. And I went to Hong Kong in 1990 and got my red sash in Hungar. And trained with him. Actually, instead of going home on leave, I went to Hong Kong. that was fun. Wow. And then it wasn't until 1994 when I actually got an extended leave over a holiday that I went home and actually got my black belt in Shirite, Shiriru. At that time, I was actually becoming Matsumara Shorin-ryu, because it was more of the becoming more of the Matsumara influence. So you can actually see the Matsumara influence in my katas. Because Jess Mills, he did train in the Trias, but he also had some other influences he wanted to put in, doing his own thing with it, And speaking of Robert Allen Trias, 1923 to 1989, he would come to a studio and during promotion times, and he would also put on demos at the studio. And who's that other guy? George Dillman. There's some controversy about him, with the no-touch knockout stuff, but he really does know the human body, and he really is a grand master, certified under these boards. But there is some controversy about him. But I actually met him too, because he came down and did some demos when I was training at the dojo. Wow. Anyway, now I'm going to go back a little bit, because 1987, while we were in the shipyards, I had the privilege of being temporary at duty for a couple months in Japan. And I was working just outside Mount Fuji, and because I could see Mount Fuji from the distance, and I was doing some security duty there, and I really enjoyed that. And I got to meet Master Zenkoshi, born in 1904 and died in 2002. He created a system combined with some of the old tree schools. I mean, I could talk about that in more detail, but they have the pine tree, how it bends in the wind, and this group became known as the pine tree wind. There's a pine tree school, and then I think there was an oak tree school, because I think one of the katas is actually based off an oak tree. It's fascinating, but the training under him was unique, and I learned Senshin, the breathing form, under him. I don't do that too much because it really hurts the body. So I'm doing what Tim Green does. It tells me to do, like open my hands instead and go and shoot out like I'm shooting out underneath the wing, like right here, like I'm shooting out underneath the wing. And I'm kind of doing my own thing, making my own breathing forms, but like open hands now. as we get older, we have to adapt, you know, with the martial arts. All right. But anyway, that you guys should know about my Navy journey. I talked about it in other videos. You know, because from the battleship, then I went to Antarctica for a couple of weeks. Really neat down there, and then Underwood on boarding teams, and then got my culinary arts degree, and went to cooking school and became a Navy cook, and I was a Navy cook for 12 years, and then as I was a cook, I was on the Richmond K. Turner. That's actually the ship that I took my extended leave off of. So I was on there until 95, and you know, from 92 to 95. And then the John C. Stennis CVN-74, an aircraft carrier. I was on the PCU of that one. All right, so let me talk about that a little bit. The PCU on the John C. Stennis. I was training under Master Sung Young Lee and WTF, World Taekwondo Federation, Taekwondo. Then in the Taguk forms and the pumice. And I enjoy Taekwondo. It expanded my kicking, but that's more of a karate man. And the funny thing is, every style of martial arts they study, they end up getting a black belt and they accept Taekwondo. I was taking that Taekwondo test for my black belt. I had to jump up on this trampoline and hit this board. And I hit that board so hard, it echoed in the dojo, and you can hear it echo. Bop! It echoed. It echoed. I look up, the board's not broken. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And I was like, I couldn't come back to do the test because I was in Rhode Island now. But I probably could have drove back up to Virginia and do it. But that journey, that little Taekwondo journey to Rhode Island, that's when I went back up and got back into my system. I joined the Newport Karate Club and stuck with the Shirite Shiryu / Matsumura Shorin. And the Newport Karate Club, and I went up for my second degree black belt in it, and then my third degree black belt in it. I was teaching kids on the base karate, and plus I was teaching as part of the auxiliary security force, and I was teaching the auxiliary security force self-defense as well. So yes, self-defense, not combative, self-defense, because there was a security force. You're not out there to kill in the security force. From that show today, I went to the dreaded Bellewood. Bellewood's where I got injured on. On the Bellewood, though, from 2000 to 2004 I was on the USS Bellewood. And on the Bellewood, Westpac 2002, I taught karate in the ship's gym. And my number one student was Lance Corporal Snow, who became Corporal Snow, and I was still trying to get in touch with Corporal Snow. So Corporal Snow, if you're watching this video, give me a shout out. Try to find me on Facebook or whatever. You know, I search Snow on Facebook, but you know, Build Up Snow, and I haven't been able to find you. You know, and I'd like to connect with you again, man. You know, you can could see how far I've came, you know. And you told me that one day, you said, you know, wow, this is better than the Marine Corps martial arts. You teaching us stuff that's more practical. And man, I took that as an honor, man, you know. Um, then I was injured twice. First was just my shoulder when we were moving a cabinet. And then the second time, when the cabinet fell, and I got back down a ladder well. So yes, it was 2 injuries. Uh, and then I re-injured my shoulder, and that second one was bad because I hurt my spine. My knee was swelled up like a balloon. I mean, the rehab of Great Lakes was just crazy. And before that injury, I was promoted to my 4th dan, and then after the rehab, I was honorarily promoted to 5th dan. And then then I met Master Stevens. I met Master Stevens at it was like a gathering. It was downtown at the Fraternity Order of the Eagles. Now I went down and when I met him, I mean, I was talking like, man, you know, Jess Mills was passed, and I miss Jess Mills. And he was my first sensei. He was my sensei, you know. I mean, yes, I trained under all these other people, but Jess Mills, you know, he was the one that he was my first. He was the one that got me started, you know. And you know, no more really styles like that in the QCA that I could really find. I mean, Chung Kim's Academy is great. And I did do a little training at Chung Kim's when I was a little kid, and I talked about that before. And because there was 3 free lessons at Chung Kim's. I did those 3 free lessons, and the 5 free lessons at Jess Mills, and then I ended up sticking with Jess Mills, you know. But Chung Kim didn't really get me started. I mean, yeah, I did some techniques, but it was more like a Kuk Soo Wan, I guess it was called. There's like some Taekwondo and Korean arts, and some of the basics are similar to the basics in karate. Karate is my thing, you know. When I went there and signed up for those free lessons, I was like, man, you know. Man, I miss it just goes. And I miss my son Kindle, you know. Shodan, Kenneth Kerofsky, and he had his own journey. And maybe I'll do a video talking about my son's martial arts journey, you know. Because he had to overcome a lot. He had some issues, and you know. But I do these videos to inspire people. I do these videos to inspire people. And you know, I have my stenosis, my nerve damage, my tendonitis, and I still ride my bike, and I do my Tai Chi classes at the VA, and I do my swimming, and you can't give up. You have to keep moving. If you don't keep moving, it makes things worse. And these are some of the things I was talking to Master Stevens about. Because that was before my son passed when I met Master Stevens, but I was talking about, you know, some of the stuff, my issues. And so he was down in Peoria teaching classes down there, and he would come up here like once a month, and I'd meet him, and we go over stuff, and I learned the or form with him, the EQ form. He taught me that, and he taught me other things, and I continued to go up, and I went from the 6th, 7th, and 8th dan under him, and then this year I was honorably promoted to my 9th dan, and I don't want to do cut anymore. It tears me up, so like I said, that's why I'm doing a lot of the softer things now, and keeping my body moving, and I'm doing the other activities I love to enjoy, like I said, the biking and the swimming. But you can't give up. And I don't know how long this video is, but hope you guys stuck with me to the end. I went a little off subject a little bit, but I'm talking from my heart, and that was my martial arts journey, you know. Because after I got injured, I came back home. After rehabs, I taught classes here, and a shout out to all the kids. Jenna Lee, who became my kind of like my prodigy. She was like a daughter to me. And then her friends, Bree and Rebecca, which was Jenna's and Ken's friend. They did that mousetrap car race. I think I had that on YouTube. You have to check that one out. And most of the kids I taught were mostly Ken's friends, and I didn't make any money doing it. It's because I enjoyed teaching and passing down the knowledge, and then I took on Brady as a favor, because Brady has that spine damage, and he's still my student, but we have to get together one weekend, and you know, so he can keep going up for his black, because he's first brown, and he's on his journey right now towards his black belt, and he's gonna get it one day. And so shout out to all those people, and I didn't mention Lucas, but Lucas was. Yeah, I was just talking about Ken's friend Lucas, and I realized I went over in this video. I tried to keep it down to 20 minutes. This was like 28 minutes. Anyway, he was also part of my classes that I used to teach down here, and now of course I don't teach anymore. I just do my swimming, my biking, and my Tai Chi at the VA, and those are my main activities. And comment, like, subscribe, get me up to 100 subs, and I'll do the ice bath challenge. 100 subs. I'm almost there. I'm at 90. 10 more people. Come on. What are you waiting for? Comment, like, subscribe. All right. Blessings, always. Oos.